Alright guys, title's already given it away anyway, so Percy, B-roll right now. So, Bells Falls. I've been keen to get stuck into this one. There seems to be a bit of confusion about it. A lot of people don't even really know this place exists, which I don't understand. It's massive. It's not even hidden. It's right there. You can see it from the road. I don't understand it, but we're going to show you what it's all about today. This is probably the best waterfall in the Perth area, in my opinion. So how do we get there? You need to park up on the side of Camp Persic Road. There is a spot there called the Bells Falls Lookout, funnily enough. And I've seen plenty of people park up there and then just wander down the hill to get to whatever area of the falls they want to get to from there, which is completely fine. Super easy to do. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just follow all the paths you can see. I go about it a little bit differently, though. I go a little bit further down Camp Persic Road, and just around the corner, there's a gravel section just on the shoulder of the road that you can pull up and you can park up there. You'll know it's the right spot because you can see there's like a little brick outhouse building just inside of the paddock. There's even a set of nice little convenient steps that get you down off the side of the road. So from there, it's a pretty simple case of you just follow the fence line and you'll eventually come to a section where the fence is down a little bit and there's a really obviously worn path that goes off down to the right. If you don't want to start at the top part of the falls and you want to get down to the bottom part of the falls, it's from here that you would keep following that path along the fence line straight along. We'll cover the top section first before we worry about the bottom section though. So you're going to follow that path off to the right, and it's like less than 100 meters and it'll bring you out down right at the head of the falls. You've got an absolutely spectacular view from up there. If there's good water flow going when you're there, this section at the top of the falls is one of the awesome little opportunities to get some really good photos. There's some awesome little cascade sections there. It's really easy to get across to the other side of the stream so you can get to both sides of it and get different angles on it and stuff like that. Really, really photogenic little area. From this area here, if you want to be able to have a look around all the top section of the falls, you can pretty much just follow the brook back up the hill. There is multiple little sections up through the top part that lend themselves really well to photography. Some really nice little cascade sections. And there's an awesome little spot that I reckon it's kind of like a miniature Hovia Falls. It's beautiful, big exposed granite that's full of all these awesome colours, and the water just gently cascades down over it. All you have to do to get back to your car from here, instead of having to follow the brook back down the hill, you just continue up over the hill for like a little bit more, and there's a spot that's almost level with where the car would be parked that the brook narrows down quite a lot, and it's really easy to just get across to the other side of the brook again. You can just walk back up and back to the car, and then you're done if you only wanted to take in the top section. If you wanted to do the bottom section as well, then it's just a simple case of you just follow the fence line back down the hill again, really. It's pretty easy. So, the bottom section. This is the bit that gets a little bit interesting, and there seems to be a bit of misinformation out there about it. I think where the confusion comes in is that people see the signs that are at the railway access road that you can walk down if you are at the Bells Rapids car park area. There's the railway access road that actually leads to the railway line there, and there's big signs there saying private property, no trespassing, blah, 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 blah. And people assume that it's referring to the whole of the area from beyond that point, when in actual fact, it's only referring to the railway infrastructure. Yes, they're private property. Yes, you shouldn't access them. You shouldn't be on them. And that's all well and good. You can be down the bottom of Bells Falls legally, but the only legal way to access it is from the top, which is a real shame because it makes it a little bit of a mission to get there. It's definitely heaps easier to just walk along the railway access line and go to the bottom section like that. So it's a shame it's illegal to do it that way. We're all adults. You can make up your own mind about how you go about it, but I'll show you how to do it legally from the top anyway. So to get there from the top, the section where we ventured off before to suss out the rest of the top area, we're not going to venture off there. You're going to keep walking straight. You follow the path along for a bit, and there's actually a few paths that lead off to the right that'll take you down the side of the hill and into the valley. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of doing that mission myself because I've only done it once and it was the day I was there without a video camera. But they are really obvious. There's a couple of them. I definitely recommend just having some long pants and some good footwear. The whole walk down the side of the hill is through sections that are quite overgrown with long grass and stuff like that. So in areas like that where it's all overgrown, snakes are always going to be a little bit of a concern. It is something to keep in mind. Just take your time, keep your eyes open, and you should be all good. But there is another way to do it as well, which is even a bit safer again, but of course it does mean it's going to take a little bit longer. The main trail that we've already been following along, you just keep following that one even a bit further. You'll eventually come up to a horse riding trail called the Orville Horse Trail. Once you hit that, if you follow that to the right, that'll take you down the hill as well. It's pretty well worn, it's not overgrown and stuff like that. You can follow that one right down the edge of the hill. And then as you get down the bottom, there's an obvious path that goes off to the right, whereas a horse riding path keeps going around sort of to the left a little bit. And that will bring you down to the bottom of the hill, and it kind of skirts the railway access road, and it brings you out onto the land that is all at the bottom of the falls area. That way will take you the longest to get down the bottom, but it'd also be the safest way to do it. This area down the bottom of Bells Falls is nothing short of spectacular. There is some absolutely beautiful landscape down there. There is multiple sections of these amazing little cascades. There's multiple smaller waterfalls and stuff like that. There's the iconic swing right at the base of the falls underneath the big tree there that I'm sure everybody's seen photos of. And you can get an amazing perspective on the main waterfall from the very bottom section of it too. All the pathways in this area down the bottom of the falls, they're not anywhere near as well defined as a lot of other areas around in the hills. Obviously it doesn't get quite as much traffic as a lot of the more popular spots. Just adds to the adventure though, in my opinion. There's even a really cool spot where there's a big dead tree across the brook, and the easiest way to actually continue your mission towards the bottom of the falls is to use the tree to get across. It really would have to be the most breathtaking spot in the Perth Hills area, or at least that I've come across so far. I'm always looking for new spots, but so far this one just takes the prize. It is absolutely stunning. The footage that you'll be seeing throughout this vlog, it really just does not do it justice. It doesn't. It is a beautiful spot that I would urge anyone who hasn't checked it out to go and check it out. This would be at the top of my recommended list of awesome little spots to go and check out if you haven't already done so. Even if you have, just get back there and do it again. So once you're finished up down the bottom, it's just a pretty simple case of retracing your steps back up to the top, and that'll have you done for the day. This one's definitely a spot for the drone enthusiasts as well. In the middle of winter, after we've had some good rain, wait for a nice overcast day and head out there, and you can fly from the lookout and you can still maintain line of sight, and you can get some stunning photos of the falls without the sun making all the rocks all glary and just ugly. So that's it, guys. Bells Falls done, dusted. Hopefully it's cleared up some of the misinformation out there about this place. Hopefully it's inspired you to want to go out and check out Bells Falls. Not just a spot for the photographers, this one. It's definitely just as rewarding for the nature lovers and for the hikers. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this vlog, like the channel, like the video. All the support and feedback on these has been awesome so far, guys. It's massively appreciated. This is definitely not the end of them. We're going to get some more of these done during winter this year as well. Check us out on Facebook and Insta if that's your thing, and we'll see you next Tuesday. In the Perth Hills area. God damn it, I'll get it right eventually. What am I going on about? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. God damn it. It's really easy to get... How rude. Shut up, John. Just shut up. You've just... Stop trying. You've talked enough shit today. Just stop it. Press the stop button. Leave it at that. Deal with it.